Prisons across Italy are facing protest action, including beating on cell bars or refusing to work or eat. But Giorgia Meloni's hard-right government has responded by threatening to make protesting a criminal offence, which could double their jail time. A draconian crackdown that experts say has no parallel in any other Western democracy. The prospect troubles legal experts like University of Milan's Angela Della Bella, who say the real problem is overcrowding and understaffing, making it difficult for inmates to access health, psychiatric and educational services.
Especially in overcrowded prisons with no opportunities for rehabilitation, it does not reduce crime. Statistics show that those who experience a detrimental detention situation to their dignity are not rehabilitated and are likely to continue or even commit more crimes. The cultural message that needs to be conveyed is that more prisons do not equal more security.
In Milan's main San Vittore prison, built in the 1800s, a guard with 35 years' experience said problems were growing in managing inmates who are mostly migrants, unable to speak Italian and still awaiting trial. Italy's prisons housed almost 61,000 inmates at the end of January, 10,000 more than the official capacity, according to data from Antigone, a prisoners' welfare organisation. At the same time, there is a shortfall of almost 7,000 guards. Meanwhile, suicides in Italy's prisons have increased to 21 this year, up from 9 at the same stage of 2023. Antigone's data shows. Here's their president, Patrizio Gonella, on the new security bill.
It is essentially a constitutional setback. It is a return to the past, an erosion of the rule of law slowly progressing in areas where we are not accustomed to seeing such interventions in criminal and immigration matters.
Andrea Del Mastro, Italy's junior justice minister with responsibility for the prison system, declined to comment on the proposal to criminalise passive resistance in jails, but said prison misconduct in general cannot be tolerated. The bill was presented in November and is now before Parliament, where an ample majority should prevent any resistance to its approval.
President Vladimir Putin says Russia is technically ready for nuclear war. In the warning to the West, which came on Wednesday, he added that if the US sent troops to Ukraine or Russian territory, it would be deemed as a significant escalation of the conflict. Here's Putin speaking to state media Russia 1, just days before elections which are sure to hand him another 6 years in power.
Are we really ready for nuclear war?
Firstly, from the technical point of view, of course we are ready. They are consistently combat ready. Secondly, and this is accepted by everybody, our nuclear triad is more modern than any other triad. Actually, only us and Americans have a triad, and we have advanced much more than them. Our triad and the whole nuclear element is more modern.
Putin's nuclear warning came alongside another offer for talks on Ukraine as part of a new post-Cold War demarcation of European security. The US, however, says Putin is not ready for serious talks on the conflict. Putin has made several public nuclear warnings to the US aimed at discouraging greater involvement in Ukraine, a move the Kremlin says would mark a slide into World War. Despite Washington claiming it has seen no major changes to Russia's nuclear position, the remarks have certainly caused concern in the US capital. The West continues to grapple with how to support Kyiv against Russia, which now controls almost a fifth of Ukrainian territory. Kyiv says it's defending itself against an imperial-style war of conquest, designed to erase its national identity, whereas Russia says the areas it controls in Ukraine now belong to Russia. Putin sent tens of thousands of troops into Ukraine in February 2022, triggering full-scale war after 8 years of conflict in eastern Ukraine, between Ukrainian forces on one side and pro-Russian Ukrainians and Russian proxies on the other.